Hello, and welcome to my presentation on the Marriott data breach that happened in 2018. Stay tuned for some serious information. A little history on the Marriott Hotel Incorporated is they operated over 7,000 hotels under 30 different brands in more than 130 countries. So you can see why this data breach was so expansive. On September 8th, 2018, the Marriott discovered that there had been unauthorized access to its Starwood guest reservation database since 2014. It took them 4 years to discover the data breach after it started. It exposed personal information of over 383 million guests, including names, addresses, phone numbers, email addresses, passport numbers, because we're talking international, birth dates, and reservation details. It had unencrypted passport numbers for at least 5.25 million guests and credit card information for 8.6 million guests that were accessed. The recovery cost for this data breach was nearly $30 million in expenses. The total included costs related to investigating the cause of the breach, notifying the impacted customers of the breach, providing these customers with a year-long access to security monitoring software, developing an international call center related to the breach, and implementing updated cybersecurity measures to prevent future incidents. The reputational damages, apart from the recovery costs, they received widespread criticism for the way that it was handled, for taking 4 years to find a data breach. If it was found sooner, a lot of these damages could have been avoided. The media and IT experts, they scrutinized Marriott's failures to perform its due diligence when they acquired the Starwood hotels. They should have inspected and had response teams and alerted to the vulnerabilities prior to having this data breach. Their stocks dropped by 5% immediately after they announced the breach. And the company is said to have suffered over $1 billion in lost revenues, and that is due to losing customer loyalties. They suffered legal ramifications from everywhere because they were worldwide. They had costly legal ramifications from the United Kingdom because some of their customers were there. The Information Consumers Office fined the Marriott over $120 million for violating British customers' privacy rights under the General Data Protection Regulation. In North America, Marriott was met with multiple class action lawsuits, and one of which they requested $12.5 billion in damages. Ultimately, in October of 2024, the Marriott agreed to pay $52 million to settle charges. Part of this settlement required them to enhance their data security measures. I have done my research and I have found ways that this could have been avoided. I have an incident response plan. I have incident response tools. And I also have an incident response team. All of which seems like was missing from the Marriott. With my incident response plan, I plan on having security baseline audits in preparation to review the cybersecurity practices across the entities, enforce the common security tools that includes monitoring who's logging in. Team readiness. We need to establish an incident response team and have clear roles. We need to run exercises so that we can find undetected breaches. We need to have identification. We're going to use a trigger. That's an internal security tool that detects suspicious access. The actions are to triage the alert, classify the incident, and then start a chain of custody documentation. And of course, we need communication. This will notify who needs to be notified immediately, and then we can start the briefing process. Next, we're going to have containment. For a short term, we will disable the compromised accounts and credentials. For long term, we have isolation of the compromised network assignments, apply updated firewall rules, and block command and control traffic. Next, we will have eradication, where we remove all the malicious activity, all the malicious tools. We rebuild the compromised systems using clean images. And we patch all identified vulnerabilities in the system. Next, we have recovery. We gradually restore services, continue to perform tests, we audit all the changes, and then we can resume operations. Of course, we need to have legal and regulatory responses, which means we have to report that breach, if there is a breach, to who it needs to be reported to within the required time frames, and notify the affected individuals. The tools that will be used for this are ServiceNow Security Operations and Archer GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. We'll use Threat Connect. Threat Connect is a cybersecurity firm, and it's the leading modern threat intelligence operation platform. We will also use Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. It is a security platform. It provides visibility, cyber threat protection, and EDR capabilities. We will also have Malwarebytes. Malwarebytes is an antivirus software. We will also have Microsoft Purview. Microsoft Purview is used to prevent sensitive data from being exfiltrated. Microsoft Defender for Endpoint will help to isolate infected systems and analyze behavior. My name is Laura Brown. Thank you so much for watching my video about the 2018 Marriott data breach. Thank you.